Hi, this is Brahmanaidu. Today we will see how to display the data on clicking of a button. So basically we will achieve this functionality with the help of imperative method. So imperative method is nothing so in the Apex class we will not put catchable equal to true, right? So whenever if you are dealing with white property, then we'll be putting catchable equal to true, right? So in this scenario we will try to achieve the functionality without catchable equal to true, right? So I'm writing an annotation, aura enable. If you don't write this annotation, then we'll not able to display the data, right? So aura enable public static a list of account. So I'm going to display multiple records. So the return type should be list of account, right? So name of the method. So the name of the method is display accounts. Okay. So so this is not a void method. So we should return method. So I'm just returning select ID, comma, name from account, right? So let me push this code to the source R. I'm deploying this code to the source R. Okay, we are successfully able to deploy the code to the source R. Now what I'll do is I'll create a button. On clicking of a button, we're going to display the account records, right? So let me create a button. Okay, so lightning a button label equal to load. So this is related to account, right? So load account variant equal to brand, right? So on clicking of this, we are going to display the records, right? So handle click, right? Let me close this button. Let me close this tag. Okay. So now, so if you want to display the data from an Apex class, then basically what we have to do is we have to import the method, right? So import. So what is the name of the method? Display accounts. Okay. From Salesforce Apex class name. So what is the class name? Account delete controller, right? Dot method name. Display accounts, right? So we'll be not displaying the data with the help of void property, right? So we'll be displaying the data without void property in this scenario, right? So so on clicking of a button, we are going to execute handle click method, right? So handle click, right? So we'll be executing server side logic, right? So we have to execute this method, right? So display accounts is a method, so we have to execute this method on clicking of a button. Okay, so this is a method, and okay, so let me import. So I already imported API property, right? So I'll be creating two variables. One is for records. Whatever the data I'll be getting, I'll be just putting it to records. Okay, for error, I'll be creating one variable error, right? So now, then, okay, I'm passing one parameter. Okay, you can pass any parameter, result, okay, and the catch block. Let's say uh, if something goes went wrong, then we'll able to find it and we'll able to catch it in the catch block. Error, okay. So this dot our records, this dot records equal to whole data will be present in a result. So I'm just putting the data to the records. If you want to refer this variable, then we have to make the use of this property. Otherwise, you will not able to use this property in the JavaScript, right? So then error, this dot error equal to, I'm just undefined. Okay, if you are successfully able to display the records, then there will be no error. So I'm just setting it to undefined. Okay. If you are not able to, display the records, then it will enter into the catch block, right? So then this dot records equal to undefined, right? So there will be an error. This dot error equal to error. Okay. So let me design the table. Okay. TR TD name. Okay. So I'll be writing iteration template for each. Okay. So because we are going to display multiple records, it's not one record, right? So template for each, right? So whole data will be present in our records. We put the whole data to records variable, right? So whole data will be present in records. For item, this is like a reference. This is like a reference variable name. If you want to access the data from records, then we have to make the use of this reference variable name, ACC, right? So TR. Okay. So if you don't pass an ID to the TR, then we'll get an error from Salesforce. So for that, what? So I'm passing an ID to the TR, right? So ACC dot ID, right? TD. Here I'm just going to display the account name. That's it. Okay. So let me. Okay. So before pushing the code to the source R, what I'll do is I'll just add the design to table class, right? So okay. So let me type my block. Okay. So we'll just add the class to the table. That's it. Okay. So let me add the class to the table. Okay. Okay. I think we have done with template part as well. So I'm pushing the code to the source app. Yes, we are able to deploy the code successfully. So I have already created an application. So I'm just clicking on preview, right? So let me click on load accounts, right? The data is coming, right? So let me just reload this application once. So by default, this is coming, right? So I just want to get rid of this. Okay, so now what I'll do is, okay, uh, I'll put template if true condition templates if true equal to basically on clicking of a button we are going to display the data, right? If records are present, then I'm going to display the table, right? Okay, so let me close this tag. Okay, so let's say while processing the data, sometimes you will get an error, right? So let's say there are no records present in the database. Then I just want to, in that case, I just want to throw a simple message to the user so that you'll be able to understand, okay, there are no records present in the database, right? So further, right? So we are setting the error to the error variable, right? So now what I'll do is I'll add one more condition to the HTML file template if true equal to, okay, error. Okay, if the error is coming, then I'm going to display this block to the user, right? Let me put some message error in fetching the data. Okay, so let me push this code to the source app. right? We are successfully able to deploy the code to the source. I'll just refresh the application. Right now the name is not coming because we added a condition template if true, right? When I click on a button, then we are going to display the data. All right, let me click on this button, right? The data is coming, right? So yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'll explain the code one more time. Okay, I have created an Apex class. Okay, so basically we achieved this functionality with the help of imperative method. We have not included catchable equal to true. Okay, so we have written only RI enabled annotation, right? Normally, if you are so in this scenario, we have not used wire property. Without wire property, I display the data from account object, right? So public static list of account. There might be multiple records present in account object. So the data type should be list of accounts, right? So this is the name of the method, right? I'm just returning ID comma name from account. This is not a void method, so we should write a return statement in this method. Otherwise, you will get an error from the Salesforce, right? Let me explain the JavaScript. So if you want to display the data from an Apex class, then we need to import the method. If you don't import that method, you will not able to use that particular Apex class in this JavaScript, right? So if you want to use an Apex class, then obviously we have to import the Apex class, right? So this is a method. Okay, so this is the name of the class. This is a method name, right? So I have created two variables. One is for records and other one is for errors, right? So handle like this is basically a button functionality. Okay, whenever user clicks on a button, then I'll be executing this method. Okay, display accounts is the name of the method which we have written in the Apex class. Okay, if you are okay in the then block, okay, basically I have passed one parameter result. So I'm setting whole data to the records, right? If we are able to display the records, then there will be no error, right? So I'm just setting error to undefined, right? So if you are not able to display the records in the UI, then it will enter into the catch block, right? There might be some error, right? So for error variable, I'm just setting the error, right? For records, I'm just setting it to undefined. There will be no records, right? That's it. So when it comes to HTML, I have created a button. On clicking of a button, we are calling this method, right? So we are executing this method, right? I've created a table template if true. So initially, the heading part is coming, right? So I just want to hide this part. So I kept one condition template if true records. So whenever we click on a button, then only this name will come, right? Otherwise it won't come because we added template if true condition, right? So for each is like a iteration. If you want to iterate the record in Salesforce LWC, we have to write this statement. If you don't write this statement, you will not able to display more than one. You will not able to display the records, right? So data will be present in records variable. If you want to, for item is basically a reference variable name. If you want to access the data, then we have to access with the help of this reference variable name. Okay, for TR, we definitely have to pass the key. If you don't pass the key, then we'll get an error from Salesforce. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I have added one more condition. Okay, let's say while processing the data, sometimes we'll get an error from Salesforce. So I just added one condition. If the error is present, I mean, if the error is coming, then simply I'll be just displaying this message to the user. That's it.